Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary vals. Get excited. And if you're not excited, you should be. I haven't made a video in literal months. And if you're not concerned, that's not my problem. You're the one watching the video. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear what I've been up to. Anyways, you're going to watch me make a sim to play with the new horse pack. But anyways, I know you're so curious as to what I've been up to. Well, not actually anything important. Well, that's not true. I mean, the last video I posted was in, like, March. So I had, like, all my finals and all my exams and all that fun stuff. And then I graduated. I gave a really good speech. It was, like, 10 minutes long. And, you know, you're probably like, oh my god, I watch your YouTube videos. You talk a lot. Imagine those poor people that had to listen to me talk unwillingly for, like, 10 minutes. They kept clapping, and they thought I was done, but I wasn't done. And that's not my problem. Anyways, and then June happened, and during June, I was getting all the paperwork and all that stuff. I got my, like, driving permit, finally. That's very exciting. I can operate a licensed, like, a motor vehicle currently, with adult supervision, obviously. That's pretty exciting stuff, guys. What else have I done? I got a bank account. Wow, super fun adult stuff. And I think that's all the stuff I did. And then in July, I started my first bachelor's program. I started an accelerated bachelor's program that I'm, like, partially done with. I'm supposed to finish it in, like, September. But anyways, I figured why not make a horse pack video? Because this pack has made me want to yee my last ha. Oh my goodness, this pack is awful. It really should have been a game pack, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's an expansion pack. This is expansion pack material. It very much should have been a game pack. And if not a game pack, this stuff should have came, genuinely should have come in Cottage Living. And if not Cottage Living, it definitely should have came in Cats and Dogs. And they should have just titled it Pets like they did with The Sims 3. Because this pack, it seems kind of unnecessary. Like, it genuinely seems like a cash grab. It seems so bad. I do like the horses, though. I think they're very cute. I think they're very, very cute. I made a sim. Her name is Jolene, like the Dolly Parton song. I don't listen to country music, but, like, I like Dolly Parton. Not like her music. I mean, I listen to it sometimes, but, like, it's just very... I'm not a fan of country music, but, like, early Taylor Swift music from, like, Debut and, like, Dolly Parton. I didn't even really explore the world, but the sim, her name is Jolene, and my sister was watching me make the sim, and every couple of seconds, I'm like, the sim, her name is Jolene, yeehaw. There was a lot of yeehawing, and I love that for me, because yeehaw, except for this pack made me want to yee my last haw. Anyways, I'm gonna, like, put some gameplay and tell you about my opinions on this pack. So here's this pack. I love her little outfit I gave her. I feel like the horse, it's sped up. It's not actually this fast. Not only is it sped up with, like, the editing magic, but it's sped up with, like, the game speeds. Because who wants to listen to me talk for 40 minutes? I mean, you probably don't want that. I definitely don't want to listen to that back and have to edit out all of my random noises. But here's me figuring out how horses work and, like, looking at stuff. I mean, surprisingly, there's no random glitches of the horses. There's, like, no random horse glitches. Where they're, like, you know, the glitches with infants? And if you don't know, you can look that up. Where they, like, look like nightmare fuel. There's none of that with horses, thankfully. But I did notice a couple of glitches, and I'll tell you about them when I get to those parts. But there's definitely a couple of glitches. I set an hour timer to play this pack. And let me tell you about it right now before I get all into, like, the skills and all that fun stuff. I set an hour timer to play this pack. I really did. To, like, play it and enjoy it. I got bored after 45 minutes. I genuinely, there was nothing left for me to do, nothing left for me to explore. I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's fun for, like, the first 15 minutes, but I genuinely don't really see much replayability unless you're, like, a horse girly. If you're a horse girly, get the pack. But I'm not a horse girly. No. I'm not even a cats and dogs girly. I just feel like there's much better things that could have been added to this pack. I didn't even look at the build and buy mode. And that's a bit odd considering I'm literally a builder. I build a lot. I haven't been building a lot recently though, because I've been busy with like school and life, you know? I don't know. But basically, the horses have a lot of interactions. There's like a lot of stuff you can do with horses, but at the same time, like all you do is talk to it and either it likes you or it doesn't. Like here I am. Here goes Jolene and she's trying to like befriend the horse. And the horse is like, actually no. Actually no. Absolutely not. What I did notice is that the horse's friendships seem to go like the friendship with them, it goes up relatively quickly. And like their temperament, I think that's what it was called, the skill that was giving it when you like talk to it, that goes up relatively fast. But what else I noticed is the pile of poop. Oh my god, there's a lot of people don't know this, but like I live in a place where like horses are fairly common, like where I live. Like I can easily go outside like on a random Thursday and see someone riding their horse down the street. Street is a glorified term. In all due honesty, I wouldn't call the roads where I live streets. That's a bit of a joke. Anyways, but the horse poop is surprisingly realistic looking. I don't know whose call that was, and I don't even think it was a really good call. It's kind of boring. But like it was relatively realistic looking. There's like pieces of grass in it. It's absolutely gross. But like realism? Question mark? I don't know. I did have a good time playing it for like the first 30 minutes. My sister was watching me, and there was just like a lot of yeehaw. I would have filmed my original first reaction, but at the same time, it was just a lot of yeehaw. It was genuinely me and my sister cackling. My sister, I'm like 10 years older than her. She's like 10. Like, I'm 7 or 8 years older than her, like basically 10 years. So she's younger than me. So we're sitting here cackling while I say yeehaw. I entered a couple competitions, but ended up losing. Apparently, you need to have like the skills that they recommend in order to do well. And then I paid for a bunch of horse training classes, which seemed like a waste of 15 simoleons, if I'm honest. Like, from what I noticed is if you just ride the horse, which I didn't even know you could do until I was almost done playing. If you just ride the horse, the skill goes up. Like, skill goes up so much faster. Yeah, but I would have filmed my first reaction, but I was just shouting yeehaw repeatedly, obnoxiously with my sister. And laughing really loudly. It was obnoxious. I didn't even. They added a new pea bush. That's like the only thing I saw from Build and Buy is that they added a new pea bush, which I mean, whoop-de-doo. But there's one that comes with My Wedding Disasters and another one that comes with Get Together. It's literally just a reskin. If you have any of those packs, don't buy this pack for the pea bush. I mean, buy it if you like horses. But at the same time, do you actually like horses, or do you just keep telling yourself you like horses? I don't even think I'd buy this pack if I liked horses. I literally only bought this pack because I have a need and desire to have every single pack for this game, simply because it's my special interest and my obsession. Although I haven't had time to play recently, I still have to have every pack. That's just how it is. And that's literally just how it is. I don't know. It seems like a waste of like, what, $40? Like, I'm a child. Well, that's not completely true. But like at the end of the day, I'm a child, and my Sims packs come out of my allowance. Like, I don't do jobs. That's not true. I tutor kids for money. But at the same time, most of my stuff comes from like allowances. It's not coming from anything else. It's coming from like allowances mostly. So $40 is kind of a steep price considering you get like a 20 here, a 20 there. Like, it's kind of a steep price. $20 is literally such a steep price, especially for something that you're going to play with for like 45 minutes and then be done with. I don't know. That's how it was for me. I played for like 45 minutes. I didn't even make the hour of time I blocked out in my schedule. And like, I literally didn't even make that because I got bored. I would not buy this pack genuinely if it was not on sale. I mean, I paid full price for it, but like, you shouldn't. I paid full price so you didn't have to. And here's the horse, literally unconscious with a pile of poop behind it. My sister literally thought that was the funniest thing ever when we were watching. The horse's name is Shorty, by the way. Like, the horse's name is literally Shorty. I don't know. And then it played with the ball, and I was like, that doesn't look fun. And then my sister, she's like, she watches a lot of YouTube shorts because she's not allowed to have TikTok because she's a little kid. Little kids don't belong on TikTok. And she's like, no, I've seen the horses on YouTube. That's what they do. They like doing that. Yeah, no, this pack, I wouldn't buy it. Like, I wouldn't buy it at all. I didn't notice that many glitches, but when I started to see glitches, I didn't notice that many, but when I started to see glitches, it was mostly towards the end. I don't know. There wasn't that many glitches. I'll give it to EA. There was not that many glitches this time. Like, the pack was playable. It was enjoyable to some degree, but it just doesn't seem as fleshed out as it could be. Like, it definitely probably should have been an expansion pack, but they made it a game pack. Like, you know, if this was like $20, I'd be like, yeah, this is a good pack. 7 out of 10. But I'm literally saying this is like a 4 out of 10. I'm literally saying this is a 4 out of 10. Because it should have been a game pack, but it's an expansion pack. And even saying it should have been a game pack is a bit generous, because at the end of the day, it should have been included in either cats and dogs or cottage living. I can't see why it wasn't included in either of those. I didn't even check out the goats. Speaking of cottage living, there's little goats added into this new horse ranch pack that definitely should have came in cottage living. One of my neighbors had little goats like the ones in this pack. There's an entire like couple of videos from like last year where I talk about the cows and goats that my neighbors had that like got into our yard. Because where I live, it's like open range, so you can let your animals like go. I guess you can like let them out into the yard. Yeah, the map is nice. I guess I didn't really do too much exploring. I was mostly trying to like speed run and get a bunch of the stuff up, like get a bunch of the skills and stuff up. But it was just like it's not hard to get these skills, but I just, you know, it was a lot. I finally got skills up where I thought I could win a competition. Wait, no, I didn't. This isn't the part where I did that. I think I entered this one and I lost. I don't remember. I might have. I can't remember. This might have been the one that I won, because I did win one competition. And then I started getting a bunch of glitches. Like, I did win one competition. I won one. Like, that's pretty exciting. I didn't even get a chance to look at the debug. I found this little building, and I was like, oh my god, who built this? This is so nice. It's literally one of the shells. That's not a real building, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's one of the shells. Like, that one, yeah, that's a real building. And I was like, who's this child? It's Jeb's brother. I didn't even remember. I don't even remember Jeb having a brother. But apparently he does. Yeah, so I'm just looking around at the world while I wait. See, I didn't win. I didn't win this time. But there's one time where I do win. One time where I do win. The horse literally pooped all the time. And I know horses poop a lot, but that's just gross. Like, it's literally gross. Oh, I hope you can't hear the air conditioning. It has been so hot recently. It was like 115 yesterday. It felt so crispy outside. So crispy outside, I swear. Yeah, but here I am, like, trying to figure out how to gain the skill because I didn't even realize you could just ride the horse. I didn't even realize you could just ride the horse. Like, it just, you know? So I'm just trying to ride it around. You know, gain the skill that way. But apparently that's not an efficient way to do it. And then I was like, oh my god, why is she embarrassed? And here's what happens. She literally gets bronked off the horse. Of course I had to get a screenshot. Poor Jolene. Poor Jolene. I love her little outfit so much. It is so cute. And then I was like, I'm sick of their needs going down because taking care of their needs when I'm trying to do something else. So I just typed in testing cheats and made them happy and then disabled need decay. It's like a pretty simple cheat. Speaking of cheats, I couldn't remember any of the skill cheats, and I didn't have UI cheats installed, which is what I normally use, or MC Command Center. Because guess what? Mods are broken. Can't have any mods. No. Mods are broken. Yeah. So I couldn't have any mods. So I just had to kind of sit there and actually work on the skills. I know, gross. It was bad. It really, really was. It's almost 3 o'clock right now as I'm filming this. The day is basically over. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Because I went to bed really early yesterday, but that's not the point of this. Anyways, I just did a bunch of, like, repetitive motions in making them jump and go around the barrels. I wish there were more activities. I didn't see too much of it. Like, I'm pretty sure you can assign to do better jumps and stuff. I just got bored. Like, it was so repetitive. Maybe it was the way I played it, but in all honesty, I would not recommend buying this pack at all. Because it's just boring. This pack is genuinely boring. Like, it was so boring. Yeah, it was fun for like the first 5 minutes. Like, ooh, horsey, horsey. But then I got bored. And I was like, well, I might as well try to just play through it. And so I tried to play through it, and I ended up getting bored within 45 minutes. It was just boring, you know? It was just really boring. I don't know, I just couldn't get it to be interesting. And you know what? Maybe that's a me thing. And then the horse got tired, so I was like, oh, well, what else can I do? And then here's where the glitches started happening. Because this lady was, like, talking to the horse. And I was like, why is she trying to touch my horse? And then it wouldn't let me do anything. Like, it froze, and so I had to reset them, see? I had to reset them. And then I got back on the horse, and it was, like, really laggy and glitchy. Like, it wasn't that bad of glitchy, but it was, like, glitchy nonetheless. Oh my god, she got thrown off again. I forgot about that part. That one looked like it hurt. I've never, well, that's not true. I've ridden horses before, but I've never, like, rode a horse. Like, I've always just kind of sat on the horse while someone else, like, has, like, the thing. I've never actually ridden a horse. Which is ironic, because, like, I live very yeehaw-like. Like, that's not a very, like, but I live, like, out in the country. We don't have horses anymore, but when I was younger, we had a horse. It was a pony. You can't ride ponies. It was a Shetland pony. You can't ride those. But I was, like, really little. Like, I was, like, under the age of 2 little. I don't know. You can always get, like, a horse, I guess. Horses aren't actually that expensive. It's just the food. Like, a bale of hay is, like, $32. Horses aren't that expensive to buy a horse, but, like, you have to feed the horse. You can't just let it starve. That's inhumane. I mean, I pay that much for dog food. Well, I don't pay that much for dog food. I don't buy dog food. Someone else does that. I'm just responsible for feeding the dogs and making sure they get the food. I don't actually have to buy it. I would be broke if I had to buy dog food. Like, 1 bag of dog food, that's literally an expansion pack right there. I'm glad I don't have to buy dog food. I'm just responsible for feeding them. My dogs eat a lot. This isn't about dogs, though. This is about horses. A lot of people I know have horses. I've never really wanted a horse. Like, of course, when I was, like, a little kid, I was like, I want a pony. I want a puppy. So they bought me a puppy. I got a puppy for Christmas. She's dead now, though. I made an entire video fighting the Grim Reaper when she died. Yeah. But then I was like, well, I'm going to try again to try to enter a competition. But I had to wait for it to be 7 because competitions in this game, they only run from 7 to 7. Like, they only run from 7 to 7, which is fair enough, you know? It's a relatively fine window of time, but then you miss it. I wish there was a way you could change it. Like, I don't know if you know, but in Animal Crossing, you can you can change it to when your villagers, like if you're playing in the mornings, you can change it so that your villagers will be up in the mornings. I wish you could do something like that, but with like the times that the horse competition opens. Like I wish you could change the hours, but you can't. But here I am just riding the horse. See, that's where it glitched. It literally glitched out. See? There it goes. That's where I started getting glitches. Like, it just started glitching out when I would ride the horse. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was something I did or something wrong with the game. But it glitched out. Oh my god, my dogs are barking. Yeah, but this is when a bunch of glitches started to show up because after this, when I win one competition, the only competition I won, right? I win a single competition. Watch, you're gonna see. First place. That's not very impressive, considering how long it took me to get to that point. I wish if you had, like, other skills, you would have at least a chance, but then it wouldn't let me re-enter. And this is where I started to get, like, frustrated, because it wouldn't let me re-enter anything. And, like, I very well could have beaten the intermediate one as well. But it didn't let me enter. It didn't even let me enter. At all. It doesn't seem like there's much cross-pack compatibility, if I'm honest. This pack reminds me of Jungle Adventure. This pack reminds me of Jungle Adventure, if I'm honest. It literally reminds me of Jungle Adventure. Like, it's giving Jungle Adventure and not really in a good way. It's giving Jungle Adventure. And it doesn't seem like a pack that easily fits into everyday usage. Like, nothing in this pack is giving something I would use in everyday gameplay. Like, Growing Together, it had a bunch of glitches and stuff, and, like, stuff like that, and it was partially broken when they released it. But at least that adds to my everyday gameplay, and I'm not even, like, a family gameplay. I'm, like, a lock your sims in the basement and let them starve type of simmer. Like, I don't even play with happy little families. Also, this pack didn't add any new deaths. No new deaths. No new woohoo spots. Disappointing. I like when packs add a death. But this one didn't add a death. It didn't add a death at all. Oh my god. What was that? I don't even know what that timer is for. I have no idea what that timer is even for. All I know is it started to go off. Yeah, but basically what I've done... Oh my god, these people are so loud. My family is so loud. I don't even care if you can hear them because they live here too. Like, I live here rent-free and all they do is, like, be loud. If you can hear them, that's not my problem. They live here too. Anyways, I tried with this pack. I really did. It's just disappointing. It disappointed me. I wasn't too excited for it. Like, I've been keeping up on Sims news. Also, I saw this thing in debug. I don't know if it's actually in debug, but it's like a little propane holder. I've been keeping up on Sims news, but at the same time, I really haven't because I've been busy with, like, life. But the most interesting thing I think they added, and it didn't even come with this pack, it came with the Sims Delivery Express update the other day, and that's painting the ceilings. It's literally it. It's painting the ceilings. That's the most exciting part of this pack, and it's not even a part of this pack. It's just what they added with it. Like, that's literally what they added with it. Like, I don't know, this pack just wasn't for me. And with that being said, I hope you have the best rest of your day. And go do something productive, like pick up your socks off the floor, or like fold your laundry, or wash your dishes. I have to wash dishes. I literally need to go wash dishes. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll probably wait until I go let my dogs out again, and when I come back in, I'll wash the dishes. But yeah, bye.